Okay, you got to go around the room first.
Are we supposed to look at the camera?
I don't think you need to look.
Thank you.
I'm going to look around.
Just want to make sure I don't have to look at it.
And then we'll have to zoom over here.
Don't forget about yourself. Don't forget about yourself.
All the way around. Oh, you can't see your face. You got. There you go. Now.
My professional.
You don't do video editing before you send it in?
No. Is that straight?
Straightish.
No.
No.
Okay, there we go.
Please close your eyes for a moment and picture a farm. I bet you're seeing scenes of old MacDonald in Charlotte's Web. Not a warehouse full of millions of chickens, pigs, and cows crammed in and standing and eating in their own feces. I bet when you picture fruit, it's vine ripe and fresh, not sprayed with chemicals to preserve its color while it's packed in trucks and shipped thousands of miles away. Today I want to encourage you to buy locally produced food here in Nashville by discussing some of the major benefits, such as supporting your local economy, helping the environment, eating a better quality of food, and building a stronger community here in Nashville. Buying local food supports your local economy. One, by helping more money stay in this community. A survey of indirect and direct effects of buying local food on the economy by FXM Associates found that for every $100 spent at the grocery store chain, only $14 stays in the economy, whereas $100 spent at your farmer's market or community-supported agricultural organization, $45 will stay in Nashville. That also gives the farmers the ability to keep 80 to 90 cents of every dollar that's spent, in turn helping them buy more seed, feed, livestock, materials, and being able to support more workers. Noticed economist Ken Meter explains, every time money changes hands within a community, it boosts that community's overall economic activity, fueling the creation of jobs. The more money changing hands within the community before it leaves that community, the better off that community will be. So now that we've discussed the economic green, let's talk about the environmental green. Supporting your local economy will help the environment. You can reduce carbon emissions by reducing food miles. Food miles are the amount of mileage it takes for that food to hit your table. For instance, the typical carrot has traveled 1,838 miles before reaching your table. And about 40% of the produce that we consume is produced overseas. So, in a World Watch Institute study, it showed that local food systems produce 17 times less CO2 than food shipped across the country. So global food contributes to global warming. So when you reduce the fossil fuels and the greenhouse gases, you're really going to help the environment. Now, factory farms are also have devastating impacts on the environment. One, they pollute the air, the water, and the soil with hazardous contaminants and a host of contaminated materials. Fortunately, local farms use sustainable practice and understand the importance of being environmental stewards. They're trying to preserve their land for future generations. So, now let's talk about the actual food we're putting in our mouth. Supporting local food, you will eat a better quality of food. Poor overall animal health leads to illness and disease, and then in turn we're eating a lower quality product when we put that into our bodies. A University of Wisconsin study shows that free-range grass-fed cows are much healthier than industrial farm cows. Cows are simply supposed to eat grass. Industrial farms use a cheap corn and soy to form a protein mixed with the grain to fatten up the animals. This causes digestive problems, poor liver health, and in extreme cases, death. Locally processed meat also tends to be safer than factory farm meat. In a New York Times article by Jane Blank, she explains, huge production lines increase the risk of diseases and illnesses like E. coli. We've all seen the many recalls over the years. So locally raised meat is usually processed on the farm or in small-scale facilities where they strive for higher health standards. And your produce won't be sprayed with chemicals to preserve their color or to preserve them while they're shipped for travel. The food from the farm to your table is much fresher. Also, when you do local CSA or you buy from the farmer's market, you're going to eat more fruits and vegetables that are in season. This is going to give you a wider variety in your diet and also introduce more vitamins and minerals into your diet. And I bet an apple from Bredeson's farm in Mount Juliet tastes a heck of a lot better than that apple you got at Kroger from Peru. We've talked about some compelling reasons to buy local food, but what are the benefits of getting to know your neighbor? Supporting local food helps build stronger communities. The local farmers typically give over 25% of their crops to local food shelters and local food banks. And what about the benefits of knowing your food source? You can become friends with the farmer. Now imagine being able to talk directly to the person who's supplying your food. And one of the last ways is there's always inexpensive family fun on the farms or the farmers market. My wife and I have enjoyed many fall festivals, and we've met a lot of nice people here in Nashville. Some upcoming events: there's a Nashville swing dancing at the Nashville Farmers Market every Wednesday, and there's a cheese and soap making event coming up on the 8th at the Nubians Farm in Franklin. A U.S. Department of Agricultural study shows that farmers' markets rose to 5,274 in 2009, up from 2,756 in 1998. So far in early 2010, there are over 1,400 community service organizations. So the local farm movement's growing. So I ask you today, please support local food here in Nashville, and please join the growing movement of consumers making an effort to buy locally produced food. As you leave, I've prepared a packet of handouts for you on locally produced meat, sustainable practices, pesticides in our industrial food, a list of local farms, questions to ask your farmer, and if you're so inclined, a membership for a community-supported agricultural organization. Thank you.
Good job.